We want our maps to be both informative and visually appealing. Labeling plays a big part in that by combining multiple fields, formatting different parts of a label for emphasis, and even creating dynamic labels that update based on calculations or conditional logic. And in this video, we'll look at examples of how to do that in ArcGIS Pro. So to enable labels, we need to select the layer in the Contents pane, and then go to the Labeling ribbon, and we can select the label icon, and that's going to place on the labels in the map. And we are currently labeling on this field city name, and of course we can choose any field from this layer's attribute table. And we've got the table open at the bottom. And we can of course format these labels any way we want. We can change the color, the font, and so on. We can make them bold. But if we want to do anything more complex, then we need to create an expression. And what we can do is we can create label classes. So you can have different formats for the labels. So let's give this new label class a name. And you can create any number of these classes, and you can then switch between the labeling formats. So let's go back to the first one, which is the class 1. And just turn that off, and we'll just move in. We'll just work in more complex labels class we've created. So then we'll open the expression builder. Now we've got a number of languages we can use, and we're going to use the Python language to do our scripting for labels. So at the moment we can see we've got city name there, which is being displayed. Now if we want to show labels from more than one field, we'll just add a plus symbol, and we can just pick the next field at the bottom. We're going to use this pop, which is for population. So we've got city name and pop. So we can verify that to make sure there's no syntax errors in our expression, and then we can apply it. And now we can see that it's shown in the map. We've got the city name and the population. Notice that some of them are on 2 levels. Now we don't control the placement from the expression. That is controlled from the label placement options over here. We can't do that from the expression. So it's quite automatic. Now at the moment we can see there's no space between city name and population number, so we can just put in a space by adding quotes. And what we can, if we want it on a new line, we can just add the \n, and that's a new line symbol. So we can apply that. Now we can see that the population is always on a new line. Again, sometimes because we don't control the placement, the city name is split across 2 levels if it's more than one word. But we don't control that here. And we can continue to add fields. You can have any number of fields in your label expression. So we could add a third one here. Again, everything's always separated by the plus symbol. And if we put a new line symbol on there as well, so we've got now 3 fields all on a new line. Just verify that and then apply, and we can see we've got those 3 fields all shown on their own individual line. Now we can format these. Now of course we saw that we could format the text in the text symbol area, but that applies to the whole label. So for example, if we make it bold, everything goes to bold. But in the expression, we can actually format some of the label, so by field. So for example, if we use these BOL tags, this is for bold, and we need to put those tags in quotes, and then we put a closing tag, which is /BOL, it just means end of bold. Again, in quotes, and everything's always got to be separated by the plus symbol. Now when we apply that, we can see the city name is in bold, but the other part of the label is not. So we can format parts of the label as we want to. So if we put this status field, and we'll make this italics, and this has the tag ITA. Again, put the tags in quotes. You'll get a syntax error otherwise. And we'll put a closing tag after it, just to show the end of italics, which always has a / and with the same tag at the end, just to show that it's the end of the italics. Now that hasn't changed, and the reason for that is the default Tahoma font doesn't have italics. So let's change it to Arial. And now we can see we've got our status, our middle part of the label is shown in italics in the map. And let's put the final one, the population and pop. We're going to create a tag to underline that. So UND, I'll just copy that for ease and put the / to show it is the end. Verify that and apply. And now we can see the population number is underlined. And we can have more than one tag to format one of these fields. So for example, we could change the color of one of these fields in the label. So we use this CLR tag, and then we define the red, blue, and green. So if we make the red 255 and everything else 0, we're just going to get a purely red label. Note the quotes, all of that is important, otherwise you will get a syntax error if you verify this, and the label just won't be displayed. So again, let's just put the closing tag there. So whatever the tags are around is going to be the part that's formatted, and we can see now that pop, the population number at the end of the label, is now shown in red. And of course we can change these numbers to whatever we want. So if we manipulate the green and blue, we can see the font color changes. And you could change the font type as well for part of the label if you wanted to. So we've gone to a bit of a pink there. If we just make the red 0, then we're going to get something blue and so on. Now, if we want to do something a bit more complex and we want to make calculations, or we want to do something like conditional logic, then we need to define a function. So what we need to do is tick this advanced tick box here on the expression builder, and that's going to define a function for us called findLabel. And we can see the text that we've already got is still there. And for these purposes, we're going to delete out that, and we're going to do a conditional piece of logic. So what we're going to do, instead of having these population numbers, which I'm not sure how accurate they are, but anyway, we've got these numbers. And if we want to make them a bit more readable, so for example, if we've got 5,104,476, if we could just round that up and just say 5.1 million, for example, just to get something more readable, or 4,000K. So we're just going to round these up and put some words in, just so it's much more readable, and we just have a sort of summary of the population. So we're going to look at how we would do that. So first off, in our findLabel function, we've got city name and pop as the parameters. The first thing is the expression builder treats everything as text. So although our pop field is actually a number field, we do have to convert it with this float function and create a variable pop, so the expression knows this is a number. Now we say if pop, so if this population is equal to or greater than 1 million, then we're going to define the label, and then we're going to round that pop up. So we're going to remove all of the decimal points, and this 1 at the end of this round function means just a 1 decimal point. So we're just going to have the main number rounded to 1 decimal point, and we actually have to cast this as a piece of text, which is string. So we put a str function around that just to make it into text, that number into text, and then we're going to add the word million after it. So if we are equal to or greater than 1 million, we're going to round it up and then put the word million after it in the label. Then we're going to do an else if. So in other words, if the first part of that condition hasn't been executed, in other words, the number is less than 1 million, we're going to say, well, if it's greater than or equal to 1,000, we are going to round it up again and make it into a piece of text with the str function, and then we're going to add the letter K at the end of it. So we're going to have numbers with thousands just rounded and K after it. And then finally an else, so in all other circumstances, in other words, if the number is below 1,000, we're just going to take the number and display it. And then at the end of the function we return, and this is what is actually displayed, whatever you return. We're going to add the city name first, then we're going to put an apostrophe and a gap, and then the label we've created in the function. So we verify that. Oh, we've got a syntax error, which is why you verify it, and it is in fact because we haven't got the return statement indented inwards. So now we can see the population number in the map has been formatted. So rather than just having those long numbers, we've got everything kind of summarized. So we've got 5.1 million, or we've got 118K, and so on. So it's more readable. So that is how we can do conditional logic. And of course, we could do calculations as well. So if you want to manipulate the label in some way by changing it, then you would need to do some kind of Python function like this. And using Python to format labels is a great example of how Python is the primary tool for customization in ArcGIS Pro. And if you're interested in mastering all the tools, customizations, and automizations that there are, then I'm putting together a comprehensive course on the subject. Join the waitlist and you'll get details when the course is launched. Link in the description.